The $35,000 version of Tesla Model 3 is finally here. I can't believe I'm saying this. A lot of people are saying this is the biggest announcement in the history of electric cars. I may not disagree. I would have to think very hard to see what would be the bigger announcements. Obviously, it's been delayed and delayed, but everyone's been waiting for a long time. A lot of people said, well, it will never happen. Well, it just happened in a very modest announcement. Tesla posted on their blog that $35,000 version is here, and you can order it right now, and the delivery would be from 2 to 4 weeks. So it literally actually is here. There are quite a few other things that came out of it. Actually, I'm going to make a separate video about the showroom announcement, also a mind-blowing announcement. But for now, let's break down all the specs, all the little details and big details that they gave to us along with this announcement. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward and become a part of this amazing community. All right. Listen, I don't think many people expected this announcement. I mean, they were kind of, Elon teased it a couple of days ago, and then they put this up on their website, and a lot of people were guessing it's probably Model Y announcement. And guess what? Elon wasn't even really in front of the camera. This was not your typical big, announcement with all the show and stuff like that, which is actually very surprising because from what I understand, Elon's lifetime goal was to come up with this car. As a matter of fact, I believe when they were discussing a sale to, I don't remember, it was Apple or Google or some other company, that he said that he wanted to see one thing through, and this was really what really this day is today, when the $35,000 Model 3 becomes available and for sale. Now, besides the fact that it's here and it's amazing, and people are going to be ordering it, I'm actually thinking about it just as a financial investment almost. Maybe I should get one as well. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. But let me go over some details. So 200. Now, by the way, there will be a standard version, but also it's going to be like a premium standard version. Okay, so the standard version at $35,000, and so it's going to be $35,000 and then $37,000. So the little only $2,000 difference. 220 miles. And then 240 miles range for the a little bit the plus version. 130 miles an hour and 140 miles an hour accordingly, the top speed. 5.6 0 to 60, 5.6 seconds, and then 5.3 seconds 0 to 60 for the plus version. Again, 2 to 4 weeks delivery, which is kind of amazing. Again, I can't believe it is happening right now. And then the summon and self-park feature, I guess, is going to be moved into the full autopilot, and the advanced autopilot is going to be, I believe, only $3,000. So that kind of made it cheaper. By the way, this is for United States only, from what I understand, and I'm making this video within an hour of announcement. This is still not available in Europe as we expected, and China and so forth. And oh, by the way, so let me show you the interior is a little bit different as well. And again, this is the pictures that are just coming out. So as you can see, in the middle console, you won't get the little charging stations and the all of these compartments. It will kind of going to be like what Model S used to be, with kind of shallow space there. And they're obviously cutting costs in all possible ways. And you can also notice there is no trim. I believe they have wood trim on the dashboard. And there are quite a few many other things they've cut out. Now, one thing did stay, surprisingly so, is the glass roof will stay for all models, and a lot of other stuff that you kind of almost expect are gone away. I believe the traffic and the sound is going to be basic sound. Basically all the features that you can think of that were in any way convenient or luxury are going to be stripped away, as a stripped version of a car should be. Still, this car for $35,000, is still a steal. It's ahead of everybody in the industry. I think, if anything, just if anything, this will be a big kick to the entire industry. Now, I'm going to address it in positives and negatives. Now, with this, there were a couple of other upgrades that are going to roll out. One is these are over-the-air updates. Now, the parking lot summon is apparently ready and is going to be rolled out with the standard version. I'm kind of scared about this. This is because that's an amazing feature, and is it really ready? Driving around between cars and the shopping carts and people and dogs in the parking lot. I felt like it's actually harder to do that than to navigate the car on an autopilot on the freeway. So apparently it's ready. It's going to be rolled out. And another awesome thing is for the premium range, for the premium version, as you know, it has 310-mile range. They're going to roll out an over-the-air update, and it will be now 325-mile version. From what I understand, they are just kind of letting some of the hardware limitations, are loosening them up, because they're saying from their observations of how it's been performing on all these cars they've sold and been monitoring, they're actually confident that you can push them a little bit harder. I don't know how it's going to affect the wear and tear on the car, but they're doing it. So when you get that upgrade, your car is going to become better overnight, which is one of the biggest advantages of Tesla, and hopefully all future cars that will have over-the-air updates. That is extremely important. Now, there's another thing that they've rolled out, which is now as a matter of fact, they're saying they're going to be shutting down most of their stores because they don't believe that they need it. They believe you can you can now order your car on your phone within a minute, and then you can have a week or up to $1,000 to actually bring it back if you don't like it. I'm going to make a separate video out of it because this is kind of controversial, but also a huge news on its own. So anyway, this thing is here, and it's I'm kind of speechless. I think a lot of other people, especially even the Tesla fanboy YouTube channels, are absolutely in shock. Nobody expected that. And again, I am surprised that Elon didn't make a big deal out of it, like he has with many other events. Rightfully so. I'm just surprised if any time was the right time to make a huge splash would be this. And he kind of made this sound like it's really not a big deal, because it is absolutely a huge deal. All right, let's go into positives and negatives. And before that, of course, I want to remind you guys that this video and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla, including the standard range, the Model 3. I'm sure there will be a few other needs addressed, including that kind of an empty space in between, in the middle. So looking forward to that, Evanex. Other than that, grab the discount code and have yourself a good shopping spree. All right, I'm going to leave the picture up because it's really the only picture that we have of what the standard Model 3, how it's going to be different. But let's talk about positives and negatives now. All right, so positives. Obviously, this is a huge breakthrough. This is absolutely, not only going to be great for Tesla, because now they're going to be selling these cars like in unlimited amounts. Because now that 3, 4, 500,000 people, whoever are waiting in line, now that line is going to start moving, and they're going to start selling them. So that's absolutely amazing. The second thing is, and I think this might actually be bigger than the first one, is because it will push all of the car manufacturers in the right direction. And they're already going in the right direction, but this is really going to give them a kick in the butt, because there's nothing out there or even close to being out there right now. You saw Volvo released the Polestar 2, which was supposed to be kind of a competitor, and now with this news, I think it kind of shows the gap between Tesla and everybody else. Though, as somebody who's leaving Tesla brand to go to a legacy manufacturer because of the ownership experience, obviously I am excited about other things like service and so forth. But let me not pee on this parade, at least not yet. And of course, the fact that people will now see more and more of these cars on the street, that's another positive. And I can probably go on and on and on with positives, and I think there are a lot of self-explanatory, but there are a couple of negatives here. So first of all, and from what I understand, the stock is down in after-hour trading. I'm making this the video like right after the announcement, and I actually that's understandable, because don't forget, investors care about their return on their investment. In this car, $35,000 version, because it's a good deal for you and all of us, the customers, it's a bad deal for investors, because it is not, it's much harder to make more profits on this car, and they understand that. Now, I just had Sandy Munro on my show earlier today. You can watch that video on my channel, and he actually predicted that Tesla will be able to make about 25 percent of gross margin when they're going to be making that car in China. So it does look like the profitability is inevitable and actually a good one as well. But obviously, whenever you sell more expensive version, you're going to make more profits. And now that they're making the least expensive version, obviously the stock market probably will react or can react negatively because they don't care about us or technology and all that hoopla. They care more about, you know, the money that they're going to be able to make on this. And I know there will be quite a few other things that are going to be coming out in the next few days. Obviously, I'll be making, I'll keep you guys updated, and there will be quite a few other exciting announcements that we're probably going to dig out of those blogs and probably tweets that are coming from Elon. But listen, this is a big day. This is a big day for all of us, and I'm really excited about this. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Are you getting one? When and where and the colors and all that stuff? I'm excited about your excitement. So go ahead and have at it in the comment section. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.